Here it is the question number 1.246 from IERODO from Dynamics of Solid Bodies. In this question it is given that the arrangement as shown in figure, the mass of the uniform solid cylinder of radius r is equal to m and the masses of two bodies are equal to m1 and m2. The thread slipping and the friction in the axle of the cylinder are supposed to be absent. Find the angular acceleration of the cylinder and the ratio of the tensions T1 divided by T2 of the vertical sections of the thread in the process of motion. So this is the diagram of the following question. From this diagram, first of all we will show all the direction of all the forces in there is a cylinder of mass m and radius r, and there is a string on which tensions are applied, and from the two sides of the thread or string, two masses of mass respectively m1 and m2 are hanging. So from this equation, if we resolve all the forces, then we will find 3 FBTs as it is shown here. So from mass m2 we can write the equation of motion. Equation of motion for mass m2 will be m2 m2a that is equal to m2g minus t2, because here this is the direction of acceleration. This is the direction of acceleration because mass m2 is moving downward, so direction of acceleration will be downward, and the tension force acting upward, and m2g is acting downward. So from this diagram we can write the equation of motion for block m2. So let this is our equation number. We can get m1a is equal to, this is the direction of the acceleration for mass m1. This is the direction of the acceleration. So from this diagram we can write m1a is equal to t1 minus m1g. So this is our equation number 2. Now we will consider the case of pulley. For this pulley we will consider the torque equation for this pulley. Now the resultant force is equal to T2 minus T1, because T1 acting here and T2 is acting here. If we flip this direction of T1 in this direction, then we can find that T2 and T1 are opposite to each other, so that our net force will be T2 minus T1 and its distance is equal to R. So net force into distance is equal to torque, which is again equal to I alpha, where I is the moment of inertia and alpha is the angular acceleration. So as we know, the moment of inertia for a cylinder is equal to half m r square, and alpha it is multiplied here. So this is the, and again as we know, alpha is equal to a divided by r. So we can write here, this is equal to alpha I equal to mr square. So this will be equal to half m r square into alpha equal to a divided by r. Now from this equation we can rearrange this as T2 minus T1 will be equal to m r square divided by r square 2r square into a. This r square and r square will get cancelled. After cancellation we can find T2 minus T1 is equal to ma divided by 2. So this is our equation number 3. Now we will add equation number 1 and 2. If we add equation number 1 and 2 by adding equation number 1 plus 2, we will get, this will implies m1 plus m2 multiplied by acceleration is equal to m2g minus m1g. minus T2 minus T1. So if we arrange this equation again, then we can get m1 plus m2. m1 plus m2 into A is equal to m2 minus m1 multiplied by G, and minus we'll substitute the value of T1 minus T2 here. That is equal to ma divided by 2. If we arrange this equation again, then we can get this equation will become m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 multiplied by A is equal to m2 minus m1 into G. So our acceleration of the system will become m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 whole multiplied by G. This is our linear acceleration term. And if we want to, this is our equation number 4. Now if we want to find the angular acceleration, then our angular acceleration alpha will be A divided by R. So our angular acceleration, value of our angular acceleration will be m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 divided by R into G. So this is our value of angular acceleration. This is our equation number 5. Now for finding, we can find the value of angular acceleration in different way also. So for that equation, we will consider the torque equation. For torque equation, the net force on the system will be equal to the net force on the system F net into its radius will be equal to F net into radius will be equal to I net times alpha. So from, as we know, the F net is equal to m2 G minus m1 G. So this is our net force into R, that will be equal to I net. Now we will calculate the I net or net moment of inertia. Now the moment of inertia for mass m2 will be m2 r square plus m1 r square plus half m r square. m2 r square is due to mass m2, and m1 r square is due to mass m1, and half m r square is due to cylinder. These are the terms for corresponding moment of inertia times alpha. Now we can take G as common. Then after taking the common term, we will get m2 minus m1 into gr will be equal to m2 plus m1 plus m divided by 2 multiplied by r square into alpha. So we can cancel this r square and this term also. After cancelling, we can find the value of angular acceleration alpha which will be equal to m2 minus m1 into g divided by m1 plus m2 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 into r. This is our required value for angular acceleration. So now we will find the tension for string T1 and T2. If we want to find the tension of string from equation number 1, from equation number we can find T2, and from equation number 2 we find T1. So from equation number 2 we can find T1 is equal to m1a plus m1g. So that will be again equal to m1 into a plus g. Now we will substitute the value of a from this equation to this equation. So that will be equal to m1 into a. So now the value of a is equal to m2 minus m1 divided by m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2 into g minus plus g. Now we can take the g as common. So our corresponding value for tension T1 will be m1g multiplied by, in the denominator the LCM will be m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2, and in the numerator the term will be m2 minus m1 plus m1 plus m2 plus m divided by 2. So now the for m1 plus m. So this is our short ratio of the tension in two strings.